Yo, what's up? We out here, 3 degrees buffer. You know how we roll. It's the buff missionary in these streets, these late 1 a.m. streets out here. Yeah, it's wild. I'm tired, but I still had to get this off my chest. This is the second video that I'm recording here in the span of a few minutes. And I needed to talk about this before going to sleep tonight, regardless of how tired I am. And I am, but I had to talk about it. So Thursday nights is when we have Compass, the group, the small group specifically for returned student missionaries from Andrews University. And it's been cool. Like the last week we had a bunch of people show up, and I was there early for that one. So I got to kind of see people come in and check the vibe and stuff and see how the whole thing went. But again, the idea for this whole thing is just to create a space for these people, these individuals who have had such a unique experience that many people either have not done, majority of people have not done it, or don't understand it, or don't want to hear about it, to be frank. It's unique that when you come back from an experience like that and you have so much to say, so much to share, even if you weren't there for that long, people, your friends and people that you know will ask you like, oh, how was it? And they expect good or that was cool, but they don't really want to hear it. You go talking into all your memories about the people you met and the things that you saw, the foods that you tried, the things you experienced, and you can just watch people's eyes glaze over. Your eyes might be doing that right now. Mine are closed. But the point is, it's hard to find a community and a space where returned student missionaries in particular can be in and feel like the conversations that they want to have, that they're drawn to have, are meaningful and accepted and wanting to be heard. So that's the purpose of this Compass small group and the space that we've created here on Andrews University campus. Now, the cool thing is, this is something that we're doing without agenda, without program. It's just a space. And the whole idea is for it to be organic and to allow the missionaries who come into the space to define how the space is used. And so that was what we set out to do tonight. First meeting, it was just people come through. We had pizza, we had some food, we had some snacks, we had some coloring stations. We had, what else did we have? There were like games, different things that you could do. And it was just a good time, everybody around. And this time we had a little bit of the same. We had some teas, we had some hot drinks. We had some other snacks, some sweets, some cookies. I got a box of oatmeal cookies because apparently nobody out here likes oatmeal cookies. You know what? Like, I love chocolate chip. Macadamia, but oatmeal raisin are the best. Get at me. Some of y'all gonna think I'm crazy, just like everybody in the in the small group tonight thought I was crazy. They left them all there. I can't believe that. I really can't believe that. What's wrong with oatmeal raisin? Talk to me now. What's wrong with oatmeal raisin? Anyways, to each their own, I guess. If you like macadamia nut, then you can have them all. But anyways, one of the things I wanted to do tonight was to get a pulse from the returned missionaries who were there. What would you like to see in this space? There's not a program, it's not an agenda. We're not trying to do anything outside of just giving you a space, but how do you want this space to be used? And so we handed out some papers and pens and gave them the opportunity to write down. And I have them here. And I really like the things that were shared because it's exactly what the space is for, most of it. And yeah, the one-man band by Corey, that one is not happening, okay? That's not happening. But there are good ones on here. There's a lot of really good stuff where you can tell that it's meeting a need. And that's the thing I love about it. It's meeting a need because people realize, hey, this is the space and this is the opportunity that I have to share this thing that I've gone through with people who are going to want to hear it and appreciate this experience. It's tough. Like, I'm sure for any of you who have been in a unique experience, a unique place, or done something a little bit different than the majority of people around you, you don't, like, it's two things, right? You don't want to be the person who can't shut up about it, and every time you open your mouth, you're talking about it. because then it gets annoying. Kind of like what I've done with people talking about missions and my experience in Palau, because I love it so much. But at the same time, it's like you want to be able to share those things in a space where it's going to be appreciated. And that's important. And unless you can do that, it can feel like you're alone walking through your experience. This can apply to so many different things. Like you might be going through something that, as far as you know, you're the only one dealing with it. And you can feel alone even in the midst of so many people because you can't share that part of you. You're not certain that that piece of you or that part of you is going to be accepted somewhere else or with other people. And that's hard to deal with. It's tough. So it's interesting, you know, and that's what we want in this space. And let me share with you a couple of the responses that we got from the little papers, just plain pieces of paper that we handed out with a pen. And I just told them, hey, write down what you want to get from this space. So like I said, one-man band by Corey, that's not happening. But student missions themed bingo. I think that's a really cool idea. Things you don't think about, but these are in the minds of these creative and beautiful minds of these returned missionaries. That's something they want to experience. Different things that we can do together as a group. Definitely all for that. This one here, I would like to have opportunity to share our experiences with one another. I love it because we're not coming into the space saying, all right, you share and you share, but they're coming into this space understanding that, hey, this is a safe place for me to do this. And that's what I want to be able to do here. And yes, 1,000,000,000%, we're going to make that a part of what we do and provide that opportunity. This one is cool right here. I wish I was told before my missions journey, like circle, going around the circle, asking people, what do you wish you were told? There's so many different things depending on the location. Let me tell you, the stories I heard tonight, we got people out here who had rats as roommates. We got people out here getting sick. We got people out here like losing crazy weight. We got all kinds of wild stories that are happening out there. And it's like, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? Even for student missionaries that go out there as elementary education or education majors, it's like you'd think that they have everything that they need in terms of prep from what they've gotten here in their classes, but they get out there and it's like, oh, it's a different beast. So what would they like to know beforehand? It'd be really cool to look at people's experiences from that lens and go back in time to say, man, if I knew this, ooh, things could be different. This is a really cool idea too. Scrapbooks, storybook or scrapbooks of mission story, drawing it out. So the reason that this one is so fascinating to me, I don't know if you've seen the giant storyboard that I have that's in the shape of Cloud Sword, Final Fantasy Cloud reference. But it's like 6 feet long and it's got carvings. There's at least 11 or 12 different pictures that I actually took of my experience in Palau over those 4 years, or 5 years. And it's like my story that's carved into the storyboard, which I love because storyboard is, of course, it's super old school. Like it's epically culturally important and valuable art. And to have my story put into that, it's humbling, but it's awesome. But what if we had to draw it out? Now, if you took a look at the wall based on some of the colorings that we're doing, clearly some of us are better artists than others. And by the better ones than others, I'm not talking about me because mine were kind of not good. But it'd be cool to see the pictures that come to mind if you were told to visualize your experience and to draw that out. I think that's a really cool concept. Something that I never could have thought of. I had to ask and let people let their creativity shine through in a situation like this. So that's even better reason to not go into situations with agenda, because you might be missing out on a whole lot of really cool stuff that the people that you're there to actually serve are going to help you with. This one here, each meeting, one person has 5 minutes to show pictures of their mission year, or just to talk for 5 minutes and say something that they learned. And again, I like that. You think about the lessons. Uh, there's about to be a lot of videos on this channel of me recounting different aspects of my experience leading up into going to be a missionary, while I was out there, and then coming back and still continuing my journey of learning how to even start to process these things. And it's like, I like it. I really enjoy it. And to try to do it in 5 minutes will be tough. But even still, like, that space is for that. And every single person who's in that space understands, like, yeah, I could talk about this for 5 minutes, or I could talk about it for 5 days, and we'd all still be there wanting to hear more. So it's really cool. It's really cool how the missionaries are saying, hey, this is what we want this space to be. And I'm just here to help facilitate and to make that happen for them. That's my mission work while I'm here, is serving the missionaries. And I'll close out this video on this right here. I was able to see and talk to, for the first time, a missionary who came back this year from Palau. So in the room tonight, we had 4 of us who had been in Palau. And so and all of us were there different years. I think 2 were there 1 year. I was there for the years I was there, and the other one was there last year. And it's crazy when we talk about students and the love we have for them at different stages in their experience. It's like, oh yeah, I know that student. Like, it's the coolest thing to catch up and to see just how things have changed. And there's challenges there. It's the mission field, so there's a lot of change, and some of it is more challenging and more character building to go through, and some of it is easier and kind of on the up and up. It's a mixed bag. You always have to be adaptable. Key word for missions. You have to be adaptable. But it was cool to be able to share that moment with them and to hear about it, and just to relive, man, I miss this. Talking about, oh, I want to go back, and I'm hoping to go back here or then. And when my class does this, I want to be there for their graduation. And it's just like, man, those kinds of things, you talk about these things with other people, and they're just like, and it's like, no, man, I'm trying to share my heart with you. And they're just like, okay, cool. And that's the purpose of this space, man. We have to have this emphasis and this area, this space just created for people. And you know what? I'll even take a step further. In the heart of mission, there might be a group of people who, like I said earlier, who are going through something similar that a majority of people in your context are not going through. Who's to say that you can't be the one to serve them by creating a space where they can come together and share about those things? That's being a missionary. That's being a server of others in a positive way. It doesn't just have to be for people who returned. That's what this group is, and that's what this mission is. But for you watching, majority of you watching may not be missionaries, but you might have something else going on that you identify with and that's really close to your heart. And you can create a space for people to explore that and to be in like company and like minds of people who share those same passions or those same burdens. I think that's really cool. So think about it, you know what I'm saying? Be a missionary, why not? But hey, we out here, Buff Missionary in the house, and it's time to go to sleep. So with that, we out. Peace.